The first most important sequence in this film is when Mac was being hugged by Chief in the ward when he just after he got lobotomized. This was an important sequence because the whole movie led up to this moment. We all thought that Mac was this exciting guy and that he would escape and then it'd be happily ever after. But in reality, he was the one that became victimized, and and it demonstrated how the chief and he created such a strong bond that the chief even helped him escape from his mental prison by killing him, of course. So this was an important scene because it helped us understand what Mac was actually thinking during that whole film. The second most important scene was when Mac had brought all his friends onto the boat. This was pretty important because it demonstrated to us how they were cut off from the real world, and how it was a shocker when they had arrived at the dock for the boats. They all had this shocked look on their faces when they were leaving the bus, and almost they were excited. And through this, it was just significant because it demonstrated to us that just because they're psychotic doesn't mean they can't do normal things like normal people, and that's what was conveyed through this scene. The last most important scene of the film was when Bill Bibbit killed himself. Now, this was right after he had slept with Candy, and due to that, Nurse Ratched used his fears of his mother, and it threatened him that she would go tell his mother, and then through that he got terrified. He started stuttering again, and then he went and killed himself. You can almost say that Mac cured him because he stopped stuttering. If you have noticed that, so one could question whether Nurse Ratched was actually helping Billy or playing on his fears. Now, why was this movie a psychological drama? It was a psychological drama because Mac tried to escape from prison in order to be free in the ward, more free in the ward, and then escape from the ward. But in reality, he only went deeper inside the prison, which was the prison of his mind. When they lobotomized him, they basically put him back to square one, back in prison, but unfortunately a prison which he cannot escape, and that's why it's a psychological drama. Because sometimes our thoughts and what we think as human beings and our decisions will affect us forever. And that's kind of the scary part of it, and the drama is that sometimes we think we do things that are right, but in reality they don't, and they have severe consequences on reality. Mac didn't have to be lobotomized. He just he lost it because he realized what Nurse Ratched was doing to Billy, and that's what's kind of scary, is that anybody can lose it at any point, and that's what really is scary. I really enjoyed this film for a couple reasons. First of all, the actors were incredibly realistic. I believed every one of them, thinking they were real. Like Cheswick, I honestly thought he was deficient. Billy did a great job of stuttering. The story flow was really entertaining because I didn't get lost at any point, and I even got excited at the end when Chief ripped out those hoses and just threw it through the wall. So it really kept me entertained. The actors were incredible. The location was kind of cool because it kind of gave us this cold feeling of a ward, and that's why I really enjoyed it. The main topic in this film is friendship and deceit. Actually, this friendship because at the end you could see when the Chief was hugging Mac, and even a little before the end, you could see where the Chief was hugging Mac. It demonstrated how Mac didn't give up on the Chief and almost tried to help him by showing him how to play basketball, telling him he was going to escape. And the Chief started believing it, and then the Chief finally opened up to Mac by talking to him, and Mac understood what he was doing. And they basically developed a pretty strong bond, because the Chief understood when Mac was lobotomized, that he was trapped forever, and that's why he decided to save him from his mental prison, those mental walls that were keeping him locked in. And deceit, because Mac tried to deceive the prison guard, the warden of the prison, in thinking that he was crazy. And people do that, and sometimes it backfires, like it happened on Mac. And the same thing as the chief. He successfully deceived everyone in the ward because they thought he was deaf and dumb, but in reality, he knew exactly what he was doing. So I think it was a pretty big theme in this movie. Thank you.